She thought it was just another late-night walk home, until three shadowy figures trapped her in a dark alley. Alone, outnumbered, and terrified, she braced for the worst. But they had no idea she wasn't truly alone. Because at her side stood Max, her fiercely loyal German shepherd. And in the next few moments, everything would change. New York City can be both breathtaking and brutal, especially when the sun goes down. 16-year-old Sophia Carter knew that all too well. Ever since her father, a decorated police officer, was killed in the line of duty, she had learned to survive on her own, working late shifts at a small diner to support herself and her sick grandmother. Her only true companion? Max, her fiercely loyal German shepherd, a gift from her father before he passed. Most nights, the streets were just another obstacle course. Dark alleys, distant sirens, and strangers she knew better than to trust. But one night, everything changed. Three men, lurking in the shadows, had been waiting for the right moment. They thought she was an easy target. They didn't know about Max. And in the next few minutes, what should have been a simple robbery would turn into something much more dangerous. Something that would make headlines, change Sophia's life forever, and prove that sometimes, heroes come with 4 legs and a heart of gold. Chapter 1. A Dark Night in Brooklyn. It was a chilly autumn evening in Brooklyn. The streets were dimly lit by flickering street lamps, and the sound of distant sirens echoed through the concrete jungle. 16-year-old Sophia Carter walked briskly along the sidewalk, clutching the leash of her German shepherd, Max. Max was more than just a pet. He was her protector, her best friend, and the only family she had left after her father, a police officer, passed away in the line of duty. Sophia had just finished her shift at a small diner where she worked part-time to support herself and her ailing grandmother. She kept her head down, her hoodie pulled up, and her backpack tightly secured. It was past 10 p.m., and the last thing she wanted was trouble. But trouble was exactly what found her. Chapter 2. Trapped in an alley. As Sophia turned a corner, she felt it, the eerie sensation of being watched. Her instincts screamed at her to run, but before she could react, 3 shadowy figures emerged from the alleyway ahead of her. "Hey there, sweetheart," one of them sneered, blocking her path. The other 2 flanked her from behind. They wore dark hoodies, their faces partially concealed, but their intentions were crystal clear. Sophia's heart pounded. She knew this wasn't just a mugging, this was something worse. "You got money? Phone?" another one demanded, stepping closer. Max growled, baring his sharp teeth. The leader of the group laughed. "Oh, she's got a dog. Cute. But that won't stop us." Sophia tightened her grip on Max's leash. "Let me go, and no one gets hurt," she said, trying to sound brave. The leader chuckled. "Oh, we'll let you go, after we get what we want." Chapter 3. The Attack. One of the thugs lunged forward, reaching for her backpack. That was his mistake. Before he could lay a hand on Sophia, Max sprang into action. He launched himself at the attacker, knocking him to the ground with a force that took everyone by surprise. The thug let out a scream as Max's powerful jaws clamped down on his arm. "Get the dog!" another one shouted, pulling out a knife. Sophia didn't hesitate. She grabbed her pepper spray from her pocket and sprayed the second thug right in the face. He screamed, clutching his eyes as he stumbled backward. The third man, seeing his friends incapacitated, decided it wasn't worth the risk. "Screw this! Let's go!" he yelled, dragging the injured thug with him. Within seconds, they were gone, their footsteps fading into the night. Chapter 4. Heroes Arrive. Sophia collapsed against the wall, gasping for breath as Max stood protectively in front of her, still growling. Just then, the sound of tires screeching filled the air. A police cruiser pulled up, and 2 officers jumped out, guns drawn. "Sophia, are you okay?" Officer Daniels, a friend of her late father, ran toward her. I think so," she whispered, still shaken. "Max saved me." The officers quickly assessed the situation, calling for backup. They had been patrolling nearby when they heard the commotion. "You're lucky this guy didn't let them get to you," Officer Daniels said, scratching Max behind the ears. "He's a true hero." Chapter 5. Viral Sensation. The next day, Sophia's story spread like wildfire. A bystander had captured part of the incident on their phone, and within hours, the video was all over the news and social media. "Teen girl and her hero dog foil Brooklyn mugging," read one headline. Offers for interviews flooded in, and donations poured in to help Sophia and her grandmother. Max became a local celebrity, with people calling him the Brooklyn Guardian. The police eventually caught the attackers, thanks to the video evidence. Justice was served. Chapter 6. A New Beginning. Life changed for Sophia and Max. A community-driven fundraiser allowed her to quit her job and focus on school. She even received a scholarship in honor of her father's service. As for Max, he was rewarded with a lifetime supply of treats and belly rubs, and, of course, endless love from Sophia. But most importantly, they had each other. And that was all they ever needed. Chapter 7. The Aftermath. The days following the attack were a whirlwind for Sophia. The local news stations ran her story on repeat, and Max became an overnight sensation. People on social media called him Brooklyn's Guardian, the hero dog, and even the Canine Avenger. Some sent messages offering to adopt Max if she ever needed help. Sophia found it overwhelming. All she had wanted was to get home safely that night, but now her life had changed in ways she hadn't expected. The police had managed to track down the 3 attackers using security camera footage from a nearby store. All 3 were arrested, and the one who had been bitten by Max had to get medical treatment before facing charges. Officer Daniels visited Sophia's apartment a few days later. "You did good, kid," he said, sitting on the small couch in her grandmother's living room. "And Max? He's a hero. The mayor's office is even talking about giving him a special award." Sophia looked down at Max, who lay at her feet, chewing on his favorite rubber bone. "He doesn't care about awards," she said with a small smile. "He just wanted to protect me." Her grandmother, an elderly woman with kind eyes and graying hair, placed a warm hand on Sophia's shoulder. "That's what love does, child," she said. "Love protects." Chapter 8. A Stranger's Offer. A week later, Sophia received an unexpected visitor. She had just returned from school when a black luxury car pulled up in front of her building. A tall man in a navy blue suit stepped out, his polished shoes clicking against the pavement. He adjusted his tie as he approached her. "Sophia Carter?" he asked in a deep voice. Sophia hesitated. "Yes. Who are you?" "My name is Benjamin Hayes. I represent a security firm called Titan Security. We specialize in training service dogs and K9 units for law enforcement and private clients. I saw your story on the news, and I must say, your dog is exceptional." Sophia narrowed her eyes. "Okay, and why are you here?" Benjamin smiled. "I have a proposition for you. We'd like to train Max professionally as a service dog, at no cost to you. He has a natural instinct for protection, and with proper training, he could be even better. More disciplined. More skilled." Sophia's heart skipped a beat. "You mean, you want to take him away?" Benjamin shook his head. "No, not at all. The training would be in phases. A few weeks at a time, and you'd still be involved. Think of it as an opportunity for both of you." Sophia glanced down at Max, who sat attentively by her side. He was already her protector. But what if he could be something even greater? I need to think about it," she said. Benjamin handed her a business card. "Take your time. But remember, Max has potential. And so do you." Chapter 9. The Decision. That night, Sophia lay awake in bed, staring at the ceiling. Max was curled up beside her, his slow breathing filling the quiet room. Could she really send him away for training? What if something happened to him? What if he changed? She turned on her phone and searched for Titan Security. Their website was impressive. Photos of highly trained German Shepherds, Belgian Malinois, and Labradors working with police forces, military units, and private security teams. She watched videos of dogs detecting danger, saving lives, and working alongside their handlers. They looked so disciplined, so focused. Max had already saved her once. Maybe this was a way to make sure he could always protect her, no matter what. The next morning, she made her decision. Chapter 10. Training Begins. 2 weeks later, Sophia and Max arrived at Titan Security's training facility on the outskirts of New York City. The place looked like a high-tech military base, with large fields, obstacle courses, and specialized training areas. Benjamin greeted them warmly. "Welcome, Sophia. And welcome, Max. Max wagged his tail but remained cautious. He seemed to sense that this place was different. The first few days were tough. Max had to learn advanced obedience, controlled aggression, and scent detection. He practiced responding to threats without hesitation but also learned when to stand down. Sophia was there for many of the sessions, learning alongside him. The trainers taught her how to give commands with confidence, how to handle high-stress situations, and how to work as a team with Max. Some days, she felt like giving up. The training was intense, and seeing Max struggle frustrated her. But then she reminded herself why they were doing this. Because danger was real. And next time, they needed to be even more prepared. Chapter 11. The First Test. One evening, after weeks of training, Sophia was walking through a simulated urban course with Max. The trainers had designed it to mimic real-life situations, dark alleys, loud noises, and sudden ambushes. Sophia gripped Max's leash tightly, her heart pounding as she turned a corner. Suddenly, a man in a hoodie lunged at her, part of the training exercise. "Max, defend!" she shouted. Max reacted instantly, barking and pushing the man back with controlled aggression. He didn't bite, just enough force to disable the threat. "Stand down!" she commanded. Max backed away, still watching the man closely. The trainers clapped. "That was textbook perfect," Benjamin said. "You and Max are officially ready." Sophia exhaled, wiping sweat from her forehead. She looked at Max, who wagged his tail proudly. They had come a long way. Chapter 12. The Real Danger. Just as Sophia and Max completed their training, real trouble found them again. Late one evening, Sophia was walking home from the grocery store when she noticed a black van parked near her apartment. Something about it felt wrong. She gripped Max's leash tightly and crossed the street, trying to put distance between herself and the vehicle. But the van's engine roared to life, and it started following her, slowly. Sophia's pulse quickened. This wasn't random. She turned into an alley, trying to lose them, but the van stopped at the entrance. The back doors flew open, and two men jumped out. "Hey, girl," one of them sneered. "Remember us?" Sophia's blood ran cold. It was the same men from that night. One of them had been released on bail, and he had come back for revenge. Sophia didn't hesitate. "Max, defend!" Max exploded into action. He lunged at the nearest attacker, biting down hard on his arm. The man screamed, trying to shake him off. The second man pulled out a knife. "Stupid mutt! Max, disarm!" Max released the first man and leaped at the second, knocking him to the ground. The knife clattered away. Sophia pulled out her phone and dialed 911. Within minutes, sirens wailed through the streets. The men tried to run, but Max barked and held his ground, keeping them cornered until the police arrived. Chapter 13. A Hero's Legacy. This time, the attackers were charged with attempted kidnapping and assault, no chance of bail. The police praised Max once again. The mayor's office honored him with an official medal for bravery, and news stations across the country ran the story of Max, the hero dog. But for Sophia, the greatest reward was knowing that she was safe, because Max was always there. As they sat together that night, Sophia stroked Max's fur and whispered, "No matter what happens, we'll always have each other." And Max, as if understanding every word, rested his head in her lap, her guardian, her best friend, her hero. Max didn't just save me that night. He changed my life forever. He proved that loyalty and bravery come in all forms, even in the shape of a four-legged friend. From an ordinary pet to a trained protector, Max showed the world what true heroism looks like. But this story isn't just about one heroic dog, it's about the unbreakable bond between humans and their animals. It's about standing up to fear, trusting your instincts, and knowing that sometimes, help comes from the most unexpected places. Sophia, if you enjoyed this story and believe in the power of loyalty, courage, and second chances, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps share Max's incredible journey with the world. Thumbs up like this video if Max is a hero. Sophia. And if you love inspiring stories like this, don't forget to subscribe *** to the channel and turn on notifications. We have more real-life stories, amazing animal moments, and powerful life lessons coming your way. ***. Bell subscribe and turn on notifications. Sophia. Tell me in the comments, what's the bravest thing your pet has ever done for you? I'd love to hear your stories. Comment below. Sophia smiling at Max. And remember, sometimes, the smallest acts of bravery make the biggest difference. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Red Heart.